Hey folks, BlackCross here, and welcome to a discussion video with more merchandising stuff. With this particular merchandising, I figure I go ahead and brush off on Kingdom Hearts merchandise. Anytime Kingdom Hearts merchandise is ever talked about, it's always a good thing for me, because that means it gives me more of a reason to actually buy shit. As if I don't have enough crap in here as it is. Anyway, though, so basically the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about is some of the more recent stuff that they have basically confirmed, slash has been confirmed, slash I should have talked about this months back, but you get the idea. The point is that I am terrible in matching stuff up. The point is that I'm talking about it now, so let's leave it at that. So the first thing that I wanted to go ahead and brush up on is that pop figures, as I said months back whenever the Roxas organization figure was announced, I basically stated that I would really like it if Square Enix took the ideal of like putting them as pop figures, because to one person to another, those figures, as awesome as they are, they're a little bit on the pricey side. Like, it's kind of hard for me to drop like $150, much less more than $150 on just a figure alone. It's kind of hard for me to do that. But when you're like a video game collector or stuff like that, you can't help it. You don't think immediately, because it's like it's like, okay, for example, Boogie 2988. Love the dude, I love him and everything like that. But when he tried to clear up his room and stuff like that, he talked about how he may play some of the most shittiest games, but he has some of the most awesome looking statues and stuff like that. I can actually understand from his perspective. Like, I know people don't like Final Fantasy 13, and I can totally understand why. But I'm glad that I got the Lightning action figure whenever I did. It just, I don't know why. I just like, I like being able to collect action figures that I like, you know? Even if 13 wasn't that good, but I still love it nonetheless. And even though I have mixed feelings about Final Fantasy 15 right now, I'm still glad that I got the action figures of Notch and crew. I'm really glad about it. But at the same time, it's not easy collecting them because they're so expensive. But at the same time, they're highly detailed figures. So it's like, gosh, this is so annoying, but at the same time, I can't help it. But I guess it's a terrible addiction, I suppose you could say. But at least it's better than me buying drugs and alcohol. If you can call it as a good thing, but then again, look who you're talking to. You're talking to a complete nerd here. But anyway, though, back to the main discussion at hand. Recently, there have been rumors talking about how Pop Figures, the Pop Final Collection, was actually being updated, and the Kingdom Hearts series is finally being added on. As of right now, though, unfortunately, it is only available through pre-order from GameStop at this moment in time. Don't know if they're going to have it on their official website. Don't even know if Walmart, Kmart, Amazon, or anybody else is going to be stocking them. As far as I know, GameStop is the only place that are accepting pre-orders. And the funny thing is, they have like, I think, because see, I actually got more information from GameStop. Not from the main GameStop headquarters, no, by no means no. But from like different associates who work at GameStop and stuff like that, I was able to get information from them. And basically what they said is that right now they're accepting pre-orders on the Kingdom Hearts series pop figures themselves. And I'm going to show you a brief image of each individual character, each one being that of King Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Pete, and Jip and Dale. Why they haven't added the human characters like Sora, Riku, Kairi, Axel, so on and so forth, why they haven't added them yet, I don't know. I'm hoping that when this blows over and stuff like that, second wave of Kingdom Hearts pop figures will start to spawn up, and there'll be different characters that we want. At the same time, I'm also afraid that it wasn't Square Enix who issued for Pop Finals to be made, but rather it's Disney instead. In which case, Disney! Stop claiming you own Kingdom Hearts. You don't. I know you don't. You just own the Disney characters that's in Kingdom Hearts. Which we get it. We get it. They're your copyright material. They're the reason you're making money. You don't own Kingdom Hearts itself. You're not the one who built the engine. You're not the one who built the characters. Square Enix built the characters. You're just letting them borrow Disney characters. Get it through your thick fucking skull. Anyway. Oh gosh. This is going to be a rant video, isn't it? But, regardless of that, they're basically accepting pre-orders, and from what I basically gathered in terms of information, he basically said they're not exactly exclusive titles, but GameStop was able to get pre-order issue permission, I suppose you could say. I wouldn't go as far as to say they have accessibility, but I guess they were able to get permission from Pop Final, I don't know. But they were able to get something out of it and are now accepting pre-orders. But out of all the characters of the Kingdom Hearts wave of Pop Final figures, only one character, and by one character I mean one model of that character, is an exclusive GameStop pre-order. And that is the Armored Goofy Pop Final, which I thought was interesting, because if that's the case, that means that they're going to have two different versions of Donald and Goofy. They're going to have their Kingdom Hearts outfit that you see whenever you're in the game, and then you have their armor and their normal garb outfit before they started their adventure, which is that Goofy being the captain of the guard and Donald being the master wizard, which, saying that now is a little weird. Donald being a master wizard, that's weird for me. But the point is that you can pre-order these characters through their store. I don't think you can pre-order them online, because every single time I try to look for them, I can't find them. So it could be in-store only, but I haven't checked that hard, so maybe there might be some other way of being able to pre-order them. But at the moment, you can pre-order them through GameStop. And at the moment, they do have one technically exclusive pop figure, and that's the Armored Goofy. So I went on ahead and pre-ordered one of the Pop Final figures, mostly because I was like, if I'm going to get one, I'm at least going to get the Mickey one. I may end up getting me Donald and Goofy eventually, I don't know. But I do want to at least get me one of the Kingdom Hearts, because at the same time, I want to see if they're going to release more characters, and I'm hoping that they will bring in more characters for Pop Final, because at least then I can have a better opportunity of getting all of the characters of Kingdom Hearts. At least I can say that much. That is a good thing. But on that same note too, Square Enix recently kind of leaked an information, and by leaked, it wasn't them themselves, but rather somebody else from Germany who was at a Toy Wiz convention. If you don't know what Toy Wiz is, it's basically, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right too. I don't even think it's technically called Toy Wiz. I think it's something else. I need to look into it. But there was this toy action figure convention going on in Germany, and someone was able to get a quick picture of Aqua. Yes, you heard me right. They have an official Aqua figure that was showcased during that convention, and KH Insider was able to show the picture. So in other words, an Aqua Kai figure is being in the process of being made, and hopefully within some time in the future will be available for pre-order. How much, I don't know. As of right now, it is just a display at the time being. There's no pre-orders yet, there's no listing for it, but it is being made by Square Enix, and oh my gosh, it's about damn time we had a new figure. I'm just saying, it's we went through so many Soras, we went through so many Roxas and Rikus just to get a new figure, and finally a new figure. It's like, oh my gosh, Square, why are you making us wait this long? It just, oh gosh. But my biggest question, because see, here's the funny thing. The Aqua figure, now again, this was just showcased. This wasn't like deeply detailed or anything like that. It was shown with Aqua with her Burst by Sleep Keyblade. Keep this in mind, in Kingdom Hearts 0.2, she was wielding the Master Keyblade from Master Ericus. In this case, though, she was holding her own Keyblade. So, I don't know if this means that this is just one figure that they're fixing to make, meaning that maybe Terra and Ven will be made eventually. I don't know. But as of right now, I'm keeping my mind kind of open for possibilities, but at the same time, I'm not going to be hoping too high because of Square Enix action figure history not being able to use all of their resources to make more characters. Like, seriously, they're just now implementing more characters from FF15. They're putting Cindy in it. They're putting Nyx as an action figure. So they've got those, but why are you making us wait? You're making us Kingdom Hearts fans wait for you to actually catch up in the groove. Keep in mind, Burst by Sleep for the PSP, PlayStation Portable, was released when? 2010. You're making us wait 7 years now. 7 years they have kept us waiting for figures from Burst by Sleep. Meanwhile, Dream Drop Distance, Sora, and Riku was released a year or two after Dream Drop Distance came out for the 3DS. You mind wanting to explain that? Were you not thinking that people would get interested in Kingdom Hearts that in depth? I get so irked with people these days. It's like, use your common sense. You've got the material. Use it! Just, oh gosh. Anyway, though, I was just happy to see that they're finally making an Aqua figure, and I was so excited. I was like, yes! They're finally making the characters now. Oh, I'm so happy. At the same time, I hate myself because that means I'm going to be even more broke. So go fucking figure for me. And of course, they've just recently, too, as well, should I say, they've started to add some new accessories as well, such as like little keychain medallions from the Kingdom Hearts Key series of the mobile app. They're finally making those, and the first wave is being released, but not individually. No, they're actually being released into a gift set, which, on the one hand, I can see why, and on the other hand, I can kind of see why people would be irked about it, because you have to buy the whole gift set and not just one at a time. Because if I had to pick between one, I probably would try to get the Cloud one, or even the Axel one, because both of them were actually pretty cool looking. But, from what I've heard, that particular gift set is going to be like, I think they said in terms of US dollars, it's going to be $51, which, honestly, that's not bad. Like, I actually expected that to be a little bit higher. Of course, it depends on how big they are. Like, are they going to be like that big, or are they going to be like that big? If they're that big, I think we can be acceptable with that price range for a gift set. If they're that small or even smaller, chances are, yeah, I can kind of see why they would be considered expensive. But then again, we're also paying like $150, $160 for a PlayArts Kai highly detailed figure. So, I don't think we have the right to complain if we're able to purchase figures like that. Then again, they just recently updated their website, where they're basically making smaller versions of the same Kai figure. For example, if you remember me talking about the Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora PlayArts Kai figure, which again, I was very surprised that they released that, because the game hasn't even come out and they're already releasing a figure for it. So that's just a shock for me. But at the same time, they just recently updated their website, where basically they're showing a smaller version of that same figure. Keep in mind, the Sora Play Arts Kingdom Hearts 3 Kai figure stands about like, I want to say about that big maybe, more or less. But their new updated one being a smaller version, and the cheaper version is going to be standing about that, something like that. It's basically 6.5 inches tall, and it's running at $70. So I think what they're realizing is that, okay, our figures are getting a little bit pricey, so let's find a way to reduce the price to where more people will jump on board when purchasing these highly detailed figures, and then that way we can see more of a cash flow going. And their only resolve was to shrink the figure, which I'm willing to accept that, because if this works out really well, that means that we may get more figures instead of like 1 or 2 figures at a time. We actually could get like a wave of them, you know, like say like 1 year they'll release a wave of Kingdom Hearts figures, and then another year they'll release another wave, and then another wave, and then another wave. More merchandise is always a good thing, regardless of what fan base you're from. If you're like from like the DC fan base, Marvel fan base, Star Wars fan base, Harry Potter fan base, Lord of the Rings fan base, point is, if you're a fan of something, you're gonna purchase the merchandise of that particular brand, regardless of who makes it. Actually, that all depends on who makes it too, because you never know. But my point is that we're finally getting more Kingdom Hearts merchandise, which makes me happy, and I know for a bunch of other people, it makes them happy as well. So I hope Square Enix continues on this ideal of just reeling in more and more merchandise, because the more they do that, the more likely we're going to be spending on those items, because I know I will be, because I'm just really happy that they're finally releasing the Aqua figure. I've been wanting a new figure. It's like, yes, I like the idea that you're finally releasing a Kingdom Hearts 2 version of Riku. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're also releasing a Roxas organization outfit. That's pretty damn cool. I'm happy. I'm glad that you're releasing Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora figure relatively early. That makes me happy too. But I want more characters. More characters is always a good thing. Keep that in mind, Square. Keep that in mind. You kind of need to bring in more so that way we can keep spending more. You get the picture? You see what I'm trying to feed you? If you deliver us more, we will give you more. Give us a reason to make it rain for you, okay? I'm at the point of kind of like raging, but at the same time, I'm at the point of where I'm happy that they're finally doing something. At the same time, I'm also aggravated that it took them this long to do it, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna stop right now, because right now, I'll just keep raging, and it'll never end. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. This is BlackCross signing off. Take care, guys.